Okay, so it's been about 7 hours since the last video. I wanted to hop on and update you guys. So we have all the ads for the single visit details uploaded into a campaign. And today, as you can see from my screen, I'm gonna be showing you guys how we do a scaling rule, you could say. That way we're making sure our budget gets spent properly. So if you've been following the series, you can see that we've been trying to get our single visits up to basically just generate us some more revenue during the week while we scale our monthly membership program. So just a little bit of context there. But for those of you who are following, you know that we're gonna be doing the 3% rule when it comes to scaling this campaign. So let's hop right into that. So you can see I'm here in my ads manager, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna click the campaign we want, which is, you can see, all the ads are in there. So SV1 all the way up to 9 is in there. I haven't uploaded the 10th. But it's all good there. And actually, we did get an order on the Wix website, so these ads are already cooking for us. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag delay, but unless that was just a natural, miracle there, or coincidence, they're already producing, which is cool. And we've only spent $3 for a $300 detail, which is awesome. So what we're going to do to scale these is we're going to go to Create New Rule in the More tab, and then we're not going to do the recommendations. We're going to do our own custom rule. Okay, and then the rule name, we're just going to be 3% rule. And we're going to apply it right now just to all active campaigns because it'll just be simpler because we only have one campaign running. Let's see. Sorry, all active campaigns, that's what we want. Okay. Now, if you go to the options here for the action, you're going to see that you can increase daily budget by or decrease daily budget by. We're going to start with the increase daily budget by. And that's when we're going to input our 3%. Oh, come on. I guess it just wants to have that 0 there. There we go, 3%. Okay, now maximum daily budget caps. This is where you kind of have to do your research on the products and services that you're selling. You want to make sure that even if this can, basically what this is asking is if the campaign scales to its entire capacity, like how much are you wanting to spend before you get bottlenecked by things like fulfillment and stuff like that. So what that means is like this campaign will continue to run up if it's successful to $3,000 a day, which could produce you like $8,000 worth of work. But if you can't fulfill $8,000 worth of work in a week, maybe it's staffing, maybe it's locations, then you're gonna wanna have some sort of cap. So for us, that magic number is $195. You can do math on that. I can make a separate video on how to get that, but basically just put a cap that's high enough to where you can comfortably fulfill, assuming you just get massive amounts of success from this campaign. And then instead of having it run every 12 hours, we're gonna do once daily. It's just a little bit better. And then from there, we're gonna go to the spent category. We're gonna take it to cost per result. And you want it to be smaller than whatever you want to spend. So for us, we sell full details, all right? And we know that that full detail is anywhere between $210 to $280. So we want, the max we want to spend to acquire one of those full detail customers is $65. So basically, the max I want to do is spend $65, and then that customer brings us in that $280. That makes us a comfortable margin to not only pay our employees, pay the rent as well, and all the good bills and stuff like that. So that's our magic number. This would be our customer acquisition cost goal, and that's going to be $65 or less. So basically what we're telling the AI and the software here is that if it's smaller than 65, so like if it's producing results and it's smaller than $65 a day, keep scaling by 3%. So keep adding 3% to that budget. And what that does is it allows you to just continue to scale all the way up to your daily budget cap, which is awesome. Okay, now the time range, this is gonna be where you're asking the data itself to look at. So basically you don't want it to be maximum, you want it to usually just be 3 days. So that's gonna look at the last 3 days of performance, and it's gonna make its judgment based on just the last 3 days, rather than just having it run for the entire campaign. If it's been a year, if it's been months, you don't want it going off of data that's stale and outdated. You want it to be like the most recent, and usually 3 days is a good buffer. Okay, so lifetime impressions, it'll start kicking in once it's gotten 8,000 impressions. That's all that's saying, which is good because it gives your ads time to kind of soak and test. Usually the first 3 to 5 days, you're not gonna see anything really from your ads. And if you are, that's fantastic. You can go directly into scaling, but Most of the time, that's what you're gonna see. Again, our cost per result, if it's under $65, we're just telling it, hey, pedal to the metal. If it's under 65, just keep dumping ad spend on it. And then obviously you just want to be able to set, a notification for it. And then from there, we're just going to go ahead and click create, and you'll see rule successful. Okay, so that's it. So literally this is kind of like one and done. But one other thing you can do to save yourself money, so this should help you make money, but let's talk about saving money, is you can go in and do the exact same thing again. So we're going to let's do scaling down 3% now. And we're going to apply that to all active campaigns. And the action, we're going to decrease daily budget by 3%. And the minimum budget floor, so you're like, hey, what's the minimum I want to spend a day? For us, we're just going to put 20 because this is kind of just an example. So if the cost per result is greater than 65 now, so basically we're saying, hey, look, if this ad isn't performing well and it is costing us more than $65 to acquire a customer, let's bring that ad spend back down to where it was performing, and then hopefully, input some new creatives, change some headlines, just to try to help boost that campaign back up, and then go from there, if that makes sense. So basically you're not spending money that you don't want to spend on a campaign that's not performing how you like. You want to just hit your goals and nothing else. And again, data, we're going to put that at the 3 days. And then from there, you're good to create it. Now, I'm not going to create it right now. I'm not going to actually publish it. Reason being, I'm going to let my ads kind of test first, because again, I'm not expecting results here within the first 3 days, even though it already happened. So I don't want to mess up that algorithm and have it shrink. My budget right now on this campaign is only $20 a day. It's just a testing budget. And that's just to see what ads work and what don't. And then from there, we'll actually start bumping it up to, maybe $65 a day. Our goal would be, $195 a day at the end of all this. But we don't want to go ahead and immediately say, hey, start scaling it back, because we know the first 3 to 5 days we're not gonna see any results. Once we see it start kicking, that's when we can turn that on and help save us some money. But again, in the first phase, just kind of eat that ad spend as the algorithm kind of learns its stuff, let it do all its machine learning, and continue from there. But yeah, that's the gist. So that's the 3% rule. Like I said, you can see our ads are already live, even though I say preparing. I mean, they're already getting views, which is good. And again, an order just came on my phone tonight, but it took about 7 hours of work. But today we managed to accomplish to film all the ads, perfect the writing on all the ads, edit the ads, upload the ads, and then now we implemented the campaign and the scaling 3% rule. So these are ready to go. Step 1 isn't complete, but it's up and running. So we're testing. And then once we start seeing results, we'll keep you guys updated through the week, and then we'll make any adjustments we need to. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this, just going off the gate with it. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow's video. I'm going to go get some sleep. Y'all have a good one.